Okay, let's start with a question for you. What if the strongest version of yourself? Well, what if it doesn't really announce itself? What if real transformation isn't loud, but quiet? Not, posted everywhere, but practiced.
It's true. We live in this world that's just wired for noise, isn't it? Constant updates, seeking validation.
Exactly. Everyone wants to be seen working. But let's be honest, fewer people are actually willing to just do the work.
It's a huge contrast. We're sort of conditioned to chase that applause, sometimes way too early. But the core truth, and this is what we're exploring today, is that genuine greatness, well, it doesn't need to clap for itself.
Right. And that's exactly what we're diving deep into today. This deep dive, it's based on some really powerful insights from a YouTube source focusing on Napoleon Hill's ideas about quiet power and discipline. Our mission here, to really untack the mindset you need to build yourself up quietly, to focus so intensely on your own path that honestly, the outside world just kind of fades.
We're talking about relentless growth here, unshakable discipline, and results that, end up speaking way louder than any announcement ever could.
Think of this deep dive as a shortcut, maybe, a way to quickly grasp how to use that quiet power in this incredibly noisy world.
Yeah, hopefully sparking some of those aha moments about your own journey, your own growth.
All right, let's get into it. The core idea, the foundation, is the strategic power of building in silence. The concept that real deep change usually happens when nobody's watching. So let me ask you, listening right now, when was the last time you were just so focused on your own growth, maybe learning a skill, working on a project, that you actually forgot to tell anyone about it?
That's where the real leverage is. And it's fascinating how silence works strategically. It's not weakness, not at all. It's strength that doesn't need to broadcast itself. Think of it like a company in stealth mode before a huge launch.
Right.
The source puts it powerfully. The man who builds in silence is dangerous because no one sees him coming. While everyone else is busy proving they're making progress, he's actually making it.
So while others are seeking the validation,
he's channeling all that energy inward,
That distinction is crucial. It really boils down to that core message. Stop announcing, start aligning. Stop explaining, start executing. Stop seeking validation.
Start mastering you. It's almost countercultural now, isn't it?
Completely. But okay, this path, it has its challenges. The source talks about these danger zones. And the first big one, sharing your goals too early. We've all felt that initial buzz, right? You tell everyone, maybe post it online, feel good for a minute.
Yeah, that little hit of pride.
But then what happens? For so many people, the momentum just fizzles out. The fire kind of weakens. Why? It's psychologically what's going on there.
This is that trap of premature validation. It's insidious. Your brain, which is always looking for the easy path, right? It gets the dopamine hit, that reward chemical, without the hard work, without the actual discipline. You got the applause before the show even started.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So your brain basically goes, okay, job done, got the reward. The urgency just evaporates. And that's why so many people get stuck in that almost phase.
They talk a great game.
Exactly. Start strong, but don't finish. Building quietly forces you to skip that shortcut. You don't get the easy applause, and that's the whole point. You need that internal hunger, that drive, because that's what fuels real excellence, not external praise.
I remember learning a new language once. Told everyone I'd be fluent in 6 months. The high fives felt great, but yeah. The energy vanished pretty quickly after that. The announcement felt like the win. And then there's the second danger, external pressure. When you tell the world your plan, you don't just get encouragement. You also get scrutiny, expectations.
Precisely. And suddenly your focus shifts. You're not just building for you anymore. You start performing for them.
Right. And that messes with the original mission.
Totally. You start comparing your messy real-time process to someone else's polished highlight. Doubt creeps in. Hesitation. Maybe some random comment throws you off your game. But when you commit to building in silence, none of that noise gets in. No audience, no external pressure, just quiet, steady progress, one brick at a time.
Like the source says, a lion doesn't need to roar to remind you who it is.
Exactly, neither do you. All that energy you could spend seeking validation or reacting, it needs to be fiercely redirected right back into the quiet, consistent.
That really makes you think about privacy, doesn't it? In this age of constant oversharing. Could privacy actually be like a superpower? It forces you to ask, why am I sharing this? What's the real motivation?
It's a critical question to ask yourself because your goals, they need execution, not announcement. Your healing, it needs to be lived, not broadcast. Your big plan, they need protection, not premature exposure. What you keep private, you keep pure. It stays untouched by other people's opinions, their projections, their expectations.
So it gives you space.
Yeah, exactly. Space to fail, to adjust, to pivot, to evolve without an audience picking apart every move. Privacy gives you back control. You can shift based on what feels right internally, not based on how it looks externally.
And protecting your process ties right into managing your energy, which the source calls your most valuable currency. It's not just about time, is it? It's about focus.
Oh, absolutely. If you're serious about this quiet building, about becoming that next level version of yourself, you have to guard your energy like your future depends on it because, well, it does.
That means making tough calls.
Definitely. Saying no more often, cutting ties with things or people that consistently drain you, silencing distractions, even the popular tempting ones. You need a filter, like a daily question. Does this interaction, this piece of info, this task, does it add to my energy or does it take away?
Builders protect their blueprint.
And they're focused,
Right.
ruthlessly. You have to guard the gates of your mind, be incredibly intentional about what you let in. The source puts it bluntly. I do not explain myself to people who don't hear with intent. I do not give energy to things that don't multiply. I do not waste focus on the distractions dressed as urgent.
Wow, distractions dressed as urgency. That hits home. And so often those distractions come from comparing ourselves, right? Especially with social media, the endless scroll. It just breeds inadequacy.
It's a total delusion, comparison is. You're literally comparing your raw, messy, behind-the-scenes footage, all your doubts, your struggles against someone else's carefully curated highlight reel.
Their best moments, perfectly framed.
Exactly. You're judging your chapter 2 against their chapter 20 based on, selective angles and stories. It's a distraction disguised as ambition, and it pulls you right off your own unique path. It kills your alignment.
So, okay, comparison is the thief. How do we stop it? How do we actually kill comparison?
Well, the source gives us some solid strategies. First, shift from perfection to progress. Measure yourself against your past self, not others. Ask, am I further along than last month, last year?
Okay, look backwards for progress. Makes sense.
Second, stay fiercely in your own lane. Get crystal clear on what success means to you. Not what Instagram says, not what your family expects, but what truly aligns with your values.
Define your own finish line.
Precisely. Third, cultivate deep gratitude. Not complacency, but that grounded feeling of, okay, what I have right now is enough to take the next step.
Grounded.
And fourth, critically, limit your exposure. Your inputs shape who you become. Protect your vision. Curate your feed. Guard your time.
Be intentional about what you consume.
Yes, the message here is really reassuring. You're not falling behind. You're not off track. Your timeline is yours. Your pace is valid. Ultimately, it's not the loudest person in the room or the most visible online who wins.
It's the most aligned.
The most aligned. The ones who stopped comparing, locked into their lane, and just kept building quietly until the world couldn't help but notice.
That's such a powerful reframe. And it leads perfectly into this final piece. The unseen process itself, this obsession, the discipline, the journey to becoming almost unrecognizable. It hammers home that idea. Real growth, profound evolution, it happens in silence, in private, when no one's watching. The strongest you is built in the dark.
It's in those quiet hours, doing the unglamorous work, that you forge something truly powerful. Training without praise, working without validation, pushing your limits without needing permission. That makes you, danger in the best way. Unstoppable, unshakable.
Like the lion hunting analogy again.
Exactly. Move in silence, focus, calculated, then strike with power. That's a quiet builder's way. In a world full of talk, execution is rare. Your work eventually has to become louder than your words.
And there's that internal shift too, right? That voice of doubt starts getting quieter, and the voice that says, keep going, you've got this, that one gets louder. That's the signal you're really changing.
That's it, exactly. That's where sacred obsession meets discipline welded together. Discipline is the structure, the showing up. Obsession is the fire, the relentless drive. You show up whether you feel like it or not. You embody it. This is who I am now. This is just what I do.
And the things that felt like sacrifices.
They just become your standard. Early mornings, late nights, skipping some social thing. It's just part of the process. The real proving ground isn't the spotlight. It's the shadows. That's where champions are built through those unseen reps.
So when the time comes,
Yeah.
when you finally walk into that room as that new elevated version.
You won't need to say a thing. The work, the quiet mastery you built, it'll speak volumes for you.
So wrapping this up, the core idea is really potent. Build quietly, rise powerfully.
Yeah. Your silence is your shield. Your progress is your proof.
And your discipline. That'll echo louder than any announcement ever could.
So here's a final thought for you to really chew on. What could you truly create? What kind of transformation could you unlock if you just stopped comparing, stopped seeking that external nod, and instead committed completely to building in silence, protecting your process, guarding your energy, and letting only the results make the noise? It's definitely the path less traveled. Most won't take it.
But you can, starting right now.